Hi, Mark. So we're just having this call today to have a chat about some of the roles that are coming up in living options in Fairview. So I just wanted to go ahead and ask you about your role and what you enjoy most about your role.
I've been working in Gale now, I'd say now for probably over 20 years now at this stage. So I would have seen over that period of time an involvement of Gale from the service that we delivered going back 20 years ago to the service we deliver today. So I've definitely seen how we've evolved as a service and a more person-centered service. I really enjoy the challenge to the job. I think it's what brought me into social care. It's so diverse, supporting people on a personal level. Everyone has their own needs, and they all need to be supported, identified, and that's just something I love. I just love the diversity of it. It's great. The whole focus now is on the person and their abilities. I suppose historically it was all about, this person has autism and this is how we support them and stuff like that. And it was more like kind of a group approach and stuff like that to meeting need. But it's very exciting when you see the gains that people make on an individual basis, because everyone's needs are different and stuff. So that's very, very rewarding. I suppose in around doing less for the service users. As I historically in Gale, we probably could be guilty of probably doing too much for the service users, but now the whole kind of model now is empowering the individual to make their own choices, make their own decisions in life and stuff like that. And that's so exciting, because you're actually seeing the gains that people making on a personal level. People having jobs now that they were never would have jobs before, living independently, pursuing their own interests. It's very, very exciting. It's great to be part of that for them. It's great to be part of a multidisciplinary team. So we are also getting the support of all the disciplines, helping us and me, who I suppose I work directly with the service users on the ground. So it's great to get their input, their support and stuff like that, so that we kind of do the best job we possibly can.
Yeah. And I suppose then, what is it like to work specifically in Fairview Living Options?
It's fantastic. As I said earlier there now, it's all about trying to, I suppose, identify individual need and stuff like that. The whole kind of focus on moving away from communal settings and stuff like that and getting people living within the community. I'm very very excited because I will be working with one individual now early next year who's been living in a kind of a communal setup there now for a considerable amount of years. And I'm really looking forward to that. This person will have their own house. They will have their own members of staff 24/7. And just from a whole view of looking to get this person a job that's meaningful and purposeful to him, getting him to take control of his day and, pursue the things that he wants to do. Being able to see his family. This gentleman is not originally from Dublin and stuff, so he'll be able to see his family much more, his siblings and stuff like that. So it's just very, very exciting just to, to get the funding. I know Gale worked very hard on getting funding it, and I know it's very competitive out there. Just working within budgetary constraints and stuff, but this is very exciting now. That's coming up now in January, so it's really, really good.
Brilliant. And just Mark, then I just wanted to ask you, can you describe some of the strengths and the qualities in the people that you support?
Oh, I suppose I've worked with probably 15, 20 people over the years, different people over the years, and they're like you and I. We're all different in our own ways. We've all got our own strengths and qualities and stuff. The one overriding thing I would imagine is that just the whole kind of really strong sense of that people are generally just so trustworthy, very honest. I think we could take a leaf out of their book ourselves and stuff
Definitely.
like that. But there's no other agenda. It's just they see things very in a way that's just the way it is, and that's how I'm going to communicate it and stuff. And it's very refreshing to work with people who are just so genuine and honest and stuff. incredibly creative. Some of the artwork, I've worked with people over the years that have kind of, they've developed into really strong hobbies for themselves, which brings huge therapeutic benefits to them. I have one service user I support at the moment, and he can spend a lot of his personal time really honing in on stuff that makes him happy, really enhancing his quality of life, because this has been driven by him. We're not asking him to do this. He's taken up art is such a big part of his life, and so I suppose people with autism over the years I supported, they have a very strong focus as well on doing this, whether it be somebody is with their exercise, who just wants to keep fit, keep well, their hobbies, and they've just, once they make a decision, they're very focused on trying to meet their goals and stuff. I've seen some lateral thinkers in my time as well, people who think outside the box to, they have their own way of problem solving and stuff like that. I suppose I know I personally am quite one-dimensional when I'm looking to solve a problem, but definitely over the years I've seen people approach and solve their problems there now from different perspectives and stuff, which is amazing. I'm not very analytical. I live with a very analytical wife who breaks things down. So I'm the complete opposite, a bit of a Walter Mitty character myself. But I've worked with people who are very analytical, and they can really kind of break things down and work it to their own advantage and helping them kind of meet their goals in their life as well. And some people would have special interests or an expertise in different disciplines in different areas there now, whether it be some service users who might work and, who could, like, let's say in the computer industry or something like that, and programming or coding or something like that, they can use their attention to detail or their expertise really kind of to a very high level in those areas.
Yeah, and I suppose, Mark, just to finish up, I just wanted to ask you, how do you yourself make a connection and build relationships with those people you just described that you support?
Yeah, I suppose because I work directly with these people, I work on the ground with these people. I'm working currently at the moment in one of the residential houses, so it's all about gaining trust, I suppose. It's like developing a strong relationship. If you look back over your own personal friendships, why do those friendships work? What do you invest? What part of yourself do you put into those friendships that make those really strong friendships, really strong relationships and stuff? So you have to give of yourself, and you have to show that you've got high levels of empathy. You can kind of understand what's going on for the person, or you try your best to try and understand what's going on for the person. And then you literally put in place, I suppose, strategies that are going to, that will be kind of, I suppose, user friendly for the service user to identify that this person understands me, knows the supports I need, is committed to help me with these. And I think as well, if you make a promise, always keep your promises. People can be quite dependent on you, especially like if they've got a very specific set of needs and you promise to help or support someone with this. You have to follow through on your word. Always keep your word and stuff like that. And as well as trying to identify, I suppose, when someone is communicating with you, always listen. Try and find out what is the core message for that person, and try and not make assumptions, and try and really connect with the person and stuff like that, and listen as attentively as you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark, thanks so much for your time today.
For
talking about your role in Fairview Living Options.
You're welcome.
Brilliant. It's like cut.